Hello, this is Jack,
And I'm Zach.
and we're here with the Brockport Sports Talk. Talk about the NFL, the Bills, and whatever else we feel like talking about. First, let's start off with the Buffalo Bills. They made a huge statement Sunday night, Zach. They go
did.
up against the Kansas City Chiefs, the team that beat them in the AFC Championship game last season. Sunday night, primetime matchup, and they had to make a statement, and they did.
Oh yeah, they made a big statement. 38-20, they beat the Chiefs. And I mean, I don't know about you, I didn't think they were going to beat them that badly. So.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely going to be a close game, but the Buffalo Bills, both sides of the football, Josh Allen, the defense, Gregory Rousseau, they all came out to play. And Josh Allen, what a night he had. They came in with swagger, confidence. He came in 15 of 26. He had 315 passing yards, 12.1 yards per pass, and rushing the football, hurdling a man.
Jeez, he's been good at that. That's the second time he's done that. And remember, he did that in his rookie year, too.
Yeah, rookie year up against the Vikings. He hurled him. He brings in a rushing touchdown as well.
Oh, yeah.
Big dual threat. An overall QB rating of 139.1. It seemed like, he did go 15 to 26, 15 completions,
Right.
11 incompletions. But when he needed the big plays, he got them. Big plays to Emmanuel Sanders. He had 2 touchdowns on the day. And obviously, big plays to his tight end, Dawson Knox. It was a breakout game, you could argue. Sunday night, primetime, 117 yards of only 3 receptions with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, and Dawson Knox, he's been a big go-to target for Josh Allen, this year. I mean, we saw last week, he had 2 touchdown receptions. This week he had 1, and I think as the year progresses, he's really going to be a big go-to target for Allen, and he's going to be a key contributor to that already potent Bills offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's already matching, getting close to his yards total he had overall last season, matching his first 2 seasons. His touchdown total was 5 this season. He's got 5 total touchdowns already.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big time. Emmanuel Sanders has obviously been a huge contributor to that offense. The Bills had John Brown last year, but certainly, at least comparing from last season, obviously John Brown had that big year in 2019 that was huge for the Bills. But last season, he kind of disappeared, was injured, and now Emmanuel Sanders, he's back. He gets 55 yards, 2 touchdowns, big game for him.
Oh, yeah.
He has been huge for the Bills as far as getting another threat alongside their all-pro wide receiver, Stephon Diggs.
Oh, yeah. And, although Diggs hasn't been, the last few games hasn't been producing a lot, he's still one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah, and he did get a huge big pass last night, Sunday night. And he's just been, you could tell the chemistry's still there between Allen and Diggs.
Oh, yeah.
And, they have been hooking up, when they have hooked up this season, it's been big. And Josh Allen, he has really spread around the ball a bit this season.
Oh, yeah.
But, on the defensive side for the Bills, they were dominant as well. They went to a lot of cover 2, didn't really bring a lot of blitzes on the Chiefs, but they were able to still get pressure, make sure Mahomes, he was kind of suffocated.
Right.
2 interceptions and a fumble for him.
Yeah.
Micah Hyde with that big interception.
Oh, yeah.
And then Gregory Rousseau, on the next possession, he gets an interception near the goal line. He ends up getting Defensive Player of the Week honors for the AFC.
He deserves it.
5 tackles, sack, and an interception. The Bills put up points with the Micah Hyde pick 6, and just overall, they suffocate the Chiefs.
And this is what I like about this Bills team. They are an all-around team, and that's what you got to do to have a successful franchise. They have the good defense, the top 10 defense, and so far, top offense. And the Bills right now have been proving to everybody that they are the team to beat in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that defense. They were able to keep Leslie Frazier as their defensive coordinator. Many thought he could have been head coach. They were able to keep their offensive coordinator. It seems like, they're just learning week by week, season to season in the past few seasons, and they've just been improving. And, if they're improving on last season, when they went 13-3, made it to the AFC Championship game, I think you see what the sights are for them. They're looking for that Lombardi.
Oh, yeah.
And they are definitely contenders.
Now, what do you think? Big game this week is Monday Night Football. Travel to Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
We all know what happened last year. Titans beat up the Bills pretty badly last year.
Thursday Night Football.
On Thursday Night
they
Football.
got beaten up one of their 3 losses.
Yeah. So I definitely think, and as you've seen from the past few weeks, the Titans' defense has been kind of shaky, but they're definitely not a team to, sleep on. Tannehill, he's, can't forget about Derrick Henry. I mean, that guy's a beast.
That guy's been a beast since college, since Alabama. He terrorizes defenses.
Oh, yeah. But I definitely think the Bills come back. I think they, stick their foot down and win this game by a blowout margin, 41-17.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a possibility that the Titans get blown up by the Bills. They've struggled. They lose to the Jets, and they play a close game against the Jaguars, 2 teams that, one combined win on the season.
Yeah.
And they go up against the Bills Monday night. It's definitely a landmark game for them, and in them proving that they are a contender in the AFC. They got a weak division, kind of with the AFC South.
Right.
They could go in and get that division. But if they want to prove that they can compete with the top teams in the AFC, Buffalo Bills, hard to argue that they are the top team in the AFC right now.
Oh, yeah. And in other news, the Cleveland Browns and the LA Chargers. Oh, what a game that one was.
What a shootout.
That was a shootout right there. Got 2 really good quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert. Ended up being 47-42. Baker Mayfield, 3rd game, losing after scoring 40 or more points.
Yeah, the Browns defense definitely struggled. I mean, both defenses, it's hard to contain those 2 potent offenses, the rushing attacks. Justin Herbert, who I think he's got a shot at the MVP this season.
Oh, absolutely.
Already his sophomore season. Yeah. Arguably the best quarterback in his class, obviously. Rookie of the year.
31 touchdowns as a rookie, an NFL record.
Yeah, truly amazing. And Baker Mayfield, of course, had the previous rookie touchdown record. He's no joke as well. But the Browns, Chargers, definitely have some things to figure out. But they are going to be right up there with the Buffalo Bills in that AFC.
Absolutely. And also this week, I don't know what's going on, Jack, with the kickers this week. A record 13 missed extra points.
Yeah, and we saw in that Bengals-Packers game, after I believe it was around the 2:30 mark, 5 missed field goals. Just a crazy end to the game. You see somebody like Mason Crosby, who in 2020, he was perfect field goal-wise, and so far this season, he was perfect as well. So past two or so seasons, he comes out perfect, but this one, he just hits a roadblock and gets it in his own head and can't quite get it up until he gets the game winner, of course, but still, it was quite the sight.
That's something I've never seen before, and I don't think we'll see it again.
Yeah, certainly not for a while, that's for sure.
No. Now, on to that game Monday night. What a game that one was between the Ravens and the Colts. I thought going into that game, after the 4th quarter, Colts had it. They were up 25-9, and then Lamar Jackson just turns into Superman and leads a comeback for the ages.
Yeah, I mean, we got allies. All you really need to say is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. that
guy's a former MVP.
Right.
Quick with the feet. And he's just been, spreading the ball around everywhere. People like to, go after him for not being a complete QB. But I think these past 2 games, especially, he's been answering those criticisms.
Oh, absolutely.
Big yardage, big completion percentage. I mean, the Ravens, offense goes as far as he goes. And, if he's improving upon last season, I thought he had a good season last season, but obviously not as good as his MVP year.
Right.
So if the Ravens, if he is fully on and fully in MVP form again, they will definitely be competing for that AFC North title along with the Browns and maybe the Steelers. Steelers have been struggling a bit, but you can never count them out. The Bengals. It's going to be a tight division, huh?
It is. I think it's going to be a big competition in the NFC this year with a lot of emerging teams and, teams from last year too. So it's going to be a fun season to watch. Now, on to some baseball here. Postseason baseball, is kicked into high gear.
Yep.
We got the American League Championship Series set, Game 1 this Friday between the Red Sox and the Astros. What are your thoughts?
Well, they're 2 teams that, I'm not the biggest fan of, being a Yankees fan.
Me as well.
Yeah. It's tough, but you got to give respect to them. They are extremely tough teams. And the Red Sox, throughout their problems this season, they've had a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Get into that wild card, beat the Yankees, upset the Rays, the team that won their division. The AL East. They're high powered. They got a lot of great players, but I think going up against the Astros, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, love the team, hate them, like them, whatever. However you think they're getting to where they're getting, they've gotten there. Right. 5 ALCSs in a row now.
Yeah.
They made it to 2 World Series, 1 in 2017. They've proven time and time again that they are true playoff contenders, and they know how to get there, and they know how to win big games. So I think as far as that series goes and how I'm predicting it, I would go Astros in about 6 games.
6 games. See, people are sleeping on the Red Sox, I think. They got, Rafael Devers, J.D. Martinez. They got some guys who can hit the baseball. You got Nathan Eovaldi on the mound,
Flamethrower.
Oh, yeah. They got a lot of talent on that team. And to be honest with you, Chris Sale too, and I definitely think the Red Sox take the series, but I think it's going to be back and forth. I'm saying Boston in 7.
In 7, and they've got they do have to go on the road. They have to go to that Minute Maid Park if they go to that Game 7. But I would say it's a ballpark that favors their type of play style as well. And I would definitely say we see this series go 6 and 7, no matter how you think it's going to go. These are 2 powerhouses. Well, that's all the time we have on Sports Talk this week. I'm Jack McElligott.
I'm Zach Harnischwager.
And we'll see you next week.